Your top stories this evening sponsored by Courts Guyana Incorporated, bringing value home. Jack Dio is danger to himself. Jack Dio and Ramata are encouraged border dispute, says Dr. Joey Jagan. Slain Guyanese NYPD cop brought home to be laid to rest on Saturday. Guyana preparing for oil production. UNDP lending assistance in preparation. And Red House lease arrangement shocking, says Dr. Jagan. Dr. Chetty Jagan would have never endorsed that lease. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening. I'm Travis Chase with the Friday, October 30 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here is what you need to know this evening. Killed in the line of duty and returned home a law enforcement hero by scores of his NYPD colleagues. A sad homecoming for a brave policeman who paid the ultimate price for going the extra mile. Here is more. The body of Guyanese NYPD officer Randolph Holder touched down at the Chetty Jagan International Airport Thursday evening exactly at 8:55 on Fly Jamaica. Well over 3 dozen NYPD officers and Mr. Holder's family accompanied the body to his homeland, Guyana. Holder, 33, a third-generation cop, was killed Tuesday night last, the 20th of October, while chasing a gunman along the FDR Drive footpath near 120th Street, Harlem. Mourners packed the Chetty Jagan International Airport's airside to see the arrival of Holder's body. The fallen policeman's body was taken off a Fly Jamaica-sponsored flight by 6 fellow members of the NYPD, as ranks of the Ghana Police Force in ceremonial attire flanked the vehicle. Guyanese Holder was the 4th NYPD officer slain in 10 months. His father, Randolph Holder Sr., said his son always wanted to be a policeman, but his service as an NYPD detective was cut short.
I'm just saddened by the sudden death of my son, Randolph Holder Jr. He was a very disciplined man, and always keep his heads up high when you walk. Very ambitious. All of his life he had wanted to be a policeman. Unfortunately, he did, and October the 20th, approximately 8:30, that was the end of his tour.
Ranks of the Ghana Police Force and Holder's NYPD colleagues escorted the hearse to Merriman's funeral home, where the body is being kept before burial on Saturday. Holder's captain, Rondell O'Reilly Bovell, said that the NYPD is feeling the loss of Holder.
He was a wonderful person. His commanding officer, the officers that he worked with, those that he trained with, they are feeling the loss, and they have nothing but positive things to say about him.
The captain assured that the many Guyanese NYPD officers are giving full support to the relatives and friends of Randolph Holder.
We have a lot of Guyanese officers that are here to support the family. We have approximately 103 officers that are here, of which over 60-something are Guyanese.
Meanwhile, Holder's killer, Tyrone Peanut Howard, appeared in a Bronx courtroom Thursday to face charges of selling crack cocaine while behind bars on Rikers Island 2 years ago. The defendant was wanted on a Bronx warrant after missing a September 29 court date in the case. Cops were also pursuing him in a drug-related September 1 shooting in East Harlem at the time of the Holder shooting. Reporting for HGP Nightly News from the Chetty Jagan International Airport, Timiri, I am Travis Chase. Meanwhile, all new NYPD recruits are required to write a letter saying why they want to become a cop. Police Commissioner of the New York Police Department, William Bratton, will now read from Holder's letter dated July 10, 2010. Listen.
My name is Randolph Holder, born March 19, 1982, in Georgetown, Guyana. Growing up, all I wanted to do was to make a difference in my community and become a role model. In November of 2002, I migrated to the United States of America to live with Father. When I read this letter and I saw that term, to live with Father, I was struck with Father. Not my father, not my dad, not my pop, but Father. The respect, sir, that he must have had for you, the term Father denotes that. And I was just extraordinarily touched by that term in this letter. The love that he must have had for you. My first real job was working as a security officer. Most of the managers were retired NYPD officers, and they always talked a lot about how they changed their communities. That's when I decided I could be a role model and make a difference in my community and in New York. In December 2010, I will graduate from the NYPD Academy to become a police officer in the greatest police department in the world. For your information, Randolph Holder, probationary police officer. Randy, you are indeed a role model. You made a difference. And from your loss, we can take this. We can change the fact that the city came to know you too late, because even though service is not compelled in this country, public safety is a shared responsibility. We all have to come together to help the good people and to get the evil people off the streets, to steer the kids on the precipice to the right side and not the wrong side. All of us, the shared responsibility to keep each other safe. It can't be just what cops do. It has to be what all of us do. And that will be a fitting legacy for Detective First Grade Randy Holder, Shield number 9657, who served us all. If we want to remember him and to honor him, coming together to finish his work is the way. It's what we all can do. It's what we all, community and police, need to do. It's our shared responsibility. So Detective Randolph Holder, you are relieved of your duty as a New York City police officer, guardian at the gates of New York City, and we send you on your way to your new assignment to be a guardian angel at the gates of heaven.
May his soul rest in peace. Stay with us. More news ahead.
Are you ready? Do you have what it takes? Ready or not, Quartz kicks off the season with our unbeatable deals featuring the world's best brands. Buy any large Whirlpool appliance for your chance to win $1 million in cash, plus get a chance to win free paint for your entire home, or win one of 8 Samsung smartphones. Shop with Ready Finance and pay absolutely nothing until January 2016. Don't miss the action. It's game on at Quartz, bringing value home. See press and in-store for details.
Next to life itself, our most precious gift is sight. That is why at Optique Vision Care, we're offering a free frame to every senior citizen. Come and experience a comprehensive eye exam and visual field assessment for glaucoma. Visit us on the East Bank of Demerara on Grove Public Road. Our doors are open Monday through Saturdays, or visit our location at Helena No. 1 Mahaika every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Call us on 266-0126 or 600-6167. Promotion ends soon.
I don't like this ice cream. Me either. It's so blah.
Why don't you try a slurp?
A what?
A slurp. What's slurp? It's ice cream with a slurp. A silky smooth vanilla and syrup that makes you twirl up.
It's tastier than anything that I could ever dream.
And it's probably the best thing since they thought of icing cream.
With a double of
pomegranates and a swish of pumpkin spice, the sweetest of pineapples and blueberries that you like.
Nice.
Slurrup, a fruity syrup that makes you twirl up. Available in pineapple, pumpkin spice, blueberry, and pomegranate. Manufactured by Starling Products Limited and available countrywide.
You've heard the name before. Now hear it better. S&S Supermarket, located at 16 Public Road, Lusignan at Richardstown on the east coast of Demerara. They provide wholesale and retail services and stay right there for everything else. Your groceries, confectionaries, beverages, over-the-counter drugs, cosmetics, and much more. It's easy to access and easy to shop. You'll love the unbeatable prices at S&S Supermarket, 16 Public Road, Lusignan, Richardstown on the East Coast. Call them at telephone 220-1675 or the Mahika location at 228-5401.
Did you know that children who read do better in school? Did you know that people who read get better jobs? Did you know that people who read are never bored and have lots of fun? Did you know that people who read are better informed? Start reading today. Find all the books you need at Austin's Book Services, 190 Church Street. Austin's Book Services, expanding the frontiers of education.
Get the widest range of party supplies such as birthday candles, tableware and helium balloons, Wilton cake supplies, toys and brands like Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, VTech, and Disney. For the gamers, get all the latest games and consoles such as PS2, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Wii U, Nintendo 2DS, and 3DS. Satisfy your guilty pleasures with candy and brands such as Godiva, Ghirardelli, Hershey's, Jolly Ranchers, and lots more. Get all these and more at Game Express, your source for the latest. 25 North Road, Laceytown, Georgetown. Telephone 227-8902.
There's a boy I know. He's a one, a dreamer. And I know that he really loves me. I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. This love is strong. Why do I feel weak? If you love me,
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Welcome to Rockers Woodworking. We specialize in well-crafted doors, in all varieties such as hardwood doors, purple heart panel doors, locust doors, and all kinds of quality kitchen units to suit your home. And to give you that unique look on all kitchen units, we have provided 6 months warranty and free delivery. So check us out on our Facebook page, Rockers Woodworking. We are located at Lot 16 Lombard Street, Work in Rust, Georgetown. Contact us on 644-5489-695-0987. We custom built to your specifications.
Junior's Jewelry Gallery and Pawn Shop, now located at 64 Robb Street next to Scotiabank. We take pride in giving you the best in gold, diamond, and silver jewelry, colognes, gift sets for ladies and gents, brand name watches, and sunglasses. And just remember, when you need fast cash, our pawn shop will give you the best rates, lowest interest rates, and flexible payment terms. Visit us today at Junior's Jewelry Gallery and Pawn Shop. Contact us on 645-8801.
My business wasn't growing and I couldn't make ends meet. I needed finances to buy more raw materials.
I knew that once I had more attractions, more families would visit my park. But I needed the financing to make it happen. Then someone told me about the LCDS Micro and Small Enterprises project at the Small Business Bureau.
Under the Low Carbon Development Strategy Micro and Small Enterprise Project, small business operators may access a loan with a lower interest rate or a grant if they meet certain criteria, including employing fewer than 25 persons and not engaging in business activities that are harmful to the environment. The program facilitates loans from $100,000 up to $30 million and grants of up to $300,000.
I was able to acquire the raw materials I needed to increase my production.
And I was able to buy the equipment I needed. Now, business is booming.
Find out if you might qualify for financing under the MSC project by calling 225-3276.
Thanks for staying tuned to the HGP Nightly News. Treasonous. That's how Dr. Joey Jagan described the statements made by opposition leader Bart Jagdeo in relation to that proposed resolution to the Venezuela spat. He said leaders of the PPP failed in their own efforts to govern effectively. Kingsley Bryan reports.
I'm basically trying to establish if you think that is a wise pronouncement given the current turmoil, existing between Guyana and Venezuela.
I think Mr. Jagdeo is becoming a danger to himself. And that is the worst place to get, when you become a danger to yourself. And what he talking about there?
That was Dr. Joey Jagan doing an exclusive interview with Nightly News on Thursday at his Charlotte Street office. He was responding to the opposition leader's view that the border issue with Venezuela could be easier resolved by giving that country some of Guyana's maritime space. The riled-up Jagan said, in his view, the issues with Venezuela were encouraged by the previous administration.
Jagdeo's problem, and he showed it in the campaign trail, is that once his mouth opens, he starts to talk. The words just get confusing, and I don't even think he understands what he said. Because, this thing here is political. And Mr. Jagdeo and Mr. Ramatar encouraged this by bringing Maduro here. First guest they had was President Maduro. Treat him like royalty here. Yeah. And while Maduro is scheming to take what we got. It's as simple as that.
Dr. Jagan said President Maduro would not be the president of Venezuela for long, and any act of sympathy shown to him in relation to the border dispute, in his view, should be considered an act of disloyalty.
So anybody who's sympathetic to Maduro, as far as I'm concerned, is committing treason in this country. That's my position. So I ain't giving nothing to Maduro. That's my position.
He further stated that the government and other observers may not share his view, but the younger Jagan said he still holds firm to the principles laid down by his late father, and that of his godfather, the late President Burnham.
As far as I'm concerned, the borders that represent Guyana are the borders. My godfather said not a blade of grass, and that's why I believe him.
Dr. Jagan said the former administration's approach to diplomacy and foreign investment leaves much to be desired. He cited the ongoing back and forth between former President Ramatar and the EU ambassador to Guyana as one such example.
And everything he writes in the paper is a waste of time. And Mr. Ramatar should stop now. It's about time. Please, stop, Mr. Ramatar. You had your day, you had your fill, and it's over.
For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Bryan.
Thank you, Kingsley. Guyana is preparing for the flow of oil, even though the country is years away from its first barrel. Minister of Governance Raphael Trotman announced on Friday that oil is coming and the country must be ready for the depth of what is to come. More from Handel Duncan.
In early May of this year, it was announced that ExxonMobil had discovered hydrocarbons in an area referred to as Stabroek Block. But while it will take some amount of years before any extraction could commence, the government is already looking at areas such as governance, revenue transparency and management, regulatory and legal framework, among others, to ensure that the full benefits of such finds can be realized. In its preparatory stage, the government is receiving support from several partners, one being the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. UNDP resident representative Khadija Musa explained that there is a view whereby having oil or gas is seen as a curse.
And if it is, why and how does very rich resources become a curse? And in thinking about that, I came to the conclusion that these resources only become a curse if there's no capacity in the country, if wrong policies are implemented, and if consultation is not made throughout the community in order to develop the resources.
The preparation for the development of a full-fledged oil and gas sector requires the strengthening of institutional frameworks within sectors like natural resource, foreign affairs, education systems, social protection, and the environment. Here is Minister of Governance Raphael Trotman.
Oil is coming. We must prepare and become adept to what is going to be bequeathed and placed into our hands. We must make the necessary efforts to ensure that in decades and centuries to come, we have something to show for sustainable utilization of our natural resources. We have demonstrated our willingness to take advice and support by embracing not only the UNDP, but also the Commonwealth Secretariat, and I welcome our friend back to Guyana, with the support in the development of our draft National Upstream Oil and Gas Policy. The Canadian government also the depth of resources available in the University of Calgary to guide the development of a sovereign wealth fund.
The minister went further, stating that in recognizing the mandate given to the government, it is important to note that against all opposition, foreign or otherwise, there will be no surrender and there will be no shirking of responsibilities. Neither will Ghana be counted as coward sellouts.
We regard our responsibility as a sacred one entrusted into our hands to act as guardians and stewards over the affairs of state and the national patrimony of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana.
Issues of environmental, including oil spill prevention and response, and social safeguards, and the alignment of the sector management within the country's environmental priorities are also being addressed adequately, Minister Trotman added. The disclosures made were at a 2-day workshop dubbed Building Capacity for Managing the Hydrocarbon Sector in Guyana at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Handel. President Granger stresses the need to urgently reshape education policies in Guyana, despite producing the region's top students for both the CSEC and CAPE examinations. Royden James reports.
This year is no exception. Guyana's students did exceedingly well at both the CXC and CAPE examinations. But that doesn't mean that the education system is the best this country can have. And because of this fact, President David Granger, while congratulating the high flyers, announced a national policy that will focus on universal secondary education, university-level qualified teachers, and well-equipped schools.
We want, in our entire education system, a function that will produce citizens of quality, citizens who will be happy to remain here in Guyana to build our bountiful, our beautiful nation. We want a system that will extend access to the information superhighway to support the education of our entire nation.
The president believes that this teachers first approach, combined with the furnishing of every secondary school with well-equipped science and computer laboratories, information and communications technology, infrastructure and libraries, will have a transformative impact on the education sector and the country as a whole.
And I quote from our Constitution, "Every citizen has the right to free education from nursery to university, as well as at non-formal places where opportunities are provided for education and training. It is the duty of the state to provide education that will include curricula designed to reflect the cultural diversities of Guyana and disciplines that are necessary to prepare students to deal with social issues and to meet the challenges of the modern technological age."
Also speaking at the ceremony was Education Minister Dr. Rupert Roopnarine, who told of the government plans to ensure that not only a few, but most of the country's students become high flyers in future examinations.
We want to ensure that we are producing 21st century citizens, Guyanese citizens of the 21st century. Which is to say that we must, I believe, inculcate in all of our students a real love of country and a passion for service. This to me is really crucial if we are talking about producing the 21st century Guyanese.
Awards were given out to the 5 top performers at the National Grade 6 assessment level. Victoria Najab, Vamanan Hirilal and Mohini Sudaman from the Swarswati Vidya Nikitan School, Alia Rashid and Jachindra Prasad from Anarujain Secondary took home the awards for Best Junior Secondary School Performers. The first ever Desiree Fox Scholarship Award was presented to Trishelle Torres from the Santa Rosa Secondary. Awards were also handed out to students who copped 6 of the Caribbean Examination Council's regional awards. These awardees include Cecil Cox and Shanta Noel for Cape, and Victoria Najab, Joshan Hopkinson, Shannon Woodruff, and Alia Rashid, who were named most outstanding candidates at the CSEC level for 2015. A number of other awards were given out to top performers from the various technical institutes, the Carnegie School of Home Economics, and the Cyril Potter College of Education. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Royden. Stay with us. More news ahead.
Enter the Tony's Auto Spares Deals on Wheels Reloaded promotion, and you can be the lucky winner of a Mazda RX-8, drawing December 18th, 2015. Every $5,000 spent gets you a coupon. Fill it up, drop it in the box, and you can be a winner. Consolation prizes include hampers, netbooks, selfie sticks, mag rims, and Amazon Kindles. Visit our branches at 72 Light Street, Albertown, telephone 227-8574, or our East Coast branch, telephone 220-3286. Tony's Auto Spares, making it affordable for you.
The Family Pharmacy of One Laban Intention Housing Scheme, East Coast Demerara, carries a wide range of over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, injectables, medical devices, a variety of eye drops, baby care products, cosmetics, and healthy foods. At the Family Pharmacy, a qualified pharmacist is at your service each and every day. Health products are available in wholesale and retail quantities. Come in to the Family Pharmacy, where the best prices are guaranteed all year round.
We can have your tattoo removed today with a few simple steps using the safe and doctor-recommended laser treatment. Available now at the skincare clinic located upstairs at the Subs and Salads building on Sheriff Street. Our trained specialists can handle hair removal, vascular therapy, rejuvenation therapy, wrinkles removal, pigmentation therapy, and more. Feel and look good in your skin.
Are you ready? Do you have what it takes? Ready or not, Quartz kicks off the season with our unbeatable deals featuring the world's best brands. Buy any large Whirlpool appliance for your chance to win $1 million in cash, plus get a chance to win free paint for your entire home, or win one of 8 Samsung smartphones. Shop with Ready Finance and pay absolutely nothing until January 2016. Don't miss the action. It's game on at Quartz, bringing value home. See press and in-store for details.
Make that fashion statement today with Classic Styles. It's our 50% off sale on all evening cocktail, prom, and club dresses. Classic Styles, 117 Regent Street, cell phone 223-1594.
Hey, it's the next big thing from Honda. Say hello to the all-new Honda HR-V crossover. It's big on the inside and small on the outside. It's the perfect combination of comfort, size, and versatility. Packed with standard high-tech features you absolutely love. All in one extraordinary vehicle, the Honda HR-V. Visit our showroom at 186 Charlotte Street, Laceytown, Georgetown, or contact us at 226-1482.
If you love fried chicken, then go for the best. And Demico fried chicken is healthier than the rest. We give you more chicken and less batter, with each piece seasoned just the way you like it. Then it's cooked in our pressure fryer using vegetable oil with 0 trans fats. So you get bigger pieces that are tender, juicy, and they taste just great. And they're healthier too. And that's the secret why we do chicken better.
Have an exciting holiday with Ariel's Magical Christmas. Get a chance to win a grand Nissan X-Trail.
Or one of 18 Rachel Ray pop sets, 10 Rachel Ray dinnerware sets,
4 40-piece knife sets, 10 hampers, 3 Ashley sweets, and more.
Just drop off any empty REL packet along with your contact information in a sealed envelope at participating supermarkets and enter to be a part of 5 grand drawings. Promotion ends December 13th. REL's Magical Christmas.
In Guyana, thousands of families lack a decent place to call home, somewhere to raise healthy children, build stronger family ties, and inspire hope. This is why Habitat Guyana builds. Through affordable housing, families have a strong foundation for the future. In partnership with Edward B. Harry & Company, we're helping to break the cycle of poverty. Our efforts also help families to prosper and stay together in a secure and safe environment. Habitat and Be Harry, building communities, homes, and hope. What will you build, Guyana?
Every customer's a winner at Melcher's Home Decor, so hurry on down to our showroom, 318 East Street, between Middle and New Market Streets. Our superior workmanship and unique designs are now available with amazing discounts of 10 to 20%. Melcher's Home Decor is a whole new world of stylish options to complement the beauty of your home. We also customize kitchens to suit your space and budget. Shop now and receive a special gift with your purchase, because every customer's a winner at Melcher's Home Decor.
Thanks for staying with us. That Red House lease, orchestrated by leading figures in the hierarchy of the PPPC, would never have been endorsed by the late Dr. Cheddi Jagan. The man who said that is Dr. Joey Jagan, son of the late president. He spoke with Kingsley Bryan.
Attorney General Basil Williams on Wednesday announced that the administration wanted to repossess Red House, where the PPP administration had established the Cheddi Jagan Research Center. The Granger administration is considering setting up a research center for all previous Guyanese presidents. Former President Donald Ramatar responded, saying that if the government wants a research center for past presidents, let them build one. However, Dr. Joey Jagan, the sole son of the late president, thinks otherwise. I would like to know what are your thoughts on this proposal by the new administration as it relates to the Red House.
Well, that's a tricky question because I'd have to give you a little background on it.
The background provided by Dr. Jagan was one that showed him being sidestepped as the only son of Dr. Cheddi Jagan on all the consultations which led to the Red House lease.
I was never once consulted, never invited, never nothing by the people whose name you see in the list, including my sister.
The younger Jagan said the details coming out of that lease agreement are quite astonishing.
After the information has been divulged about the lease they had, the fixing the money, I find it shocking, to say the least, that whoever were in that panel there that made that deal would make a deal like that. Because my father, Cheddi Jagan, would have never approved of that.
He expressed that such a venture should be privately supported, as is seen in other places. But he also acknowledged that there is a rich history attached to the Red House and the Jagans.
Don't necessarily agree with everything that's said. My father is the only leader of Guyana to have lived in Red House. And if people could understand that his research center, I think, is vital. I think a research center is very important, but it should be supported by private sector, private people who you should raise money from and sustain it, like the Clinton Foundation.
Dr. Jagan maintained that research centers for presidents should not put a dent on the national purse, and its maintenance should not be a taxpayer's responsibility. But how does he feel about the administration's proposal for a research center for all Guyanese presidents?
So I'm glad you asked the question. I thank you for that, because my opinion is that I'm not saying to separate. I feel that Mr. Burnham and Mr. Hoyt and Mr. Jagdev should have places, and Mr. Ramatar too, a research center as to their accomplishments or what they got done.
For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Bryan.
Thank you, Kingsley. From a man who knows the local government system inside out, having served as local government minister, Llewellyn John is saying that the absence of local government elections during the past few decades did not really affect the country, but the establishment of the interim management committees did. Here is Royden James with more.
Guyana has not held local government elections for more than 20 years. This caused local government organs to function under the central government. For former local government Minister Llewellyn John, despite not having the elections, political power could have still been given to the people.
Well, I don't think it's an extreme term of negative impact. I think what was more a serious mistake was to create the interim management committees, because it meant that you were taking away from the people the powers which they had. And indeed, the government faced 2 actions which are still pending before the government for the dissolution of certain communities.
He said the absence of those elections did not impact on the country negative, but acknowledged that much more could have been achieved if the elections were held.
The question of the negative impact, if you say negative, I would say that more or less one would say there was some measure of stagnation. I don't think that I share this question of negative impact. The system was there. The people understood that they had to create their own governance.
Mr. John recommended that the whole aspect of local government elections should be handled by the younger folks while getting guidance from the central government. This, he says, will create reputable statesmen and women.
The younger people saw the local government system as a training ground for the ascension to the central government. For instance, Janet Jagan was a councillor of the Georgetown City Council. Burnham was a councillor of the Georgetown City Council. Merriman was a councillor of the Georgetown City Council. In short, what was important was that you do not only talk of bringing the younger people into local government.
Local government elections was last held in Guyana in 1994. In the most recent sitting of the National Assembly, Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan stated that the elections will be held in the first quarter of 2016. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
Sean Embrack is at your sports desk after the break.
Delicious, delicious, appetizing, appetizing, flavorful, flavorful, yum. Pam and Steve's Bakery, pastries and ice cream makes you feel good. Prepared in a way that makes you smile. Also breakfast available every Sunday. So come to Pam and Steve's Bakery. Enjoy a tastier side of life.
At Woodtech Lumberyard and Sawmill, we specialize in the cutting of tropical hardwoods, such as kabakali, shibidan, tatabu, greenheart, omara, and much more. We've got the professionals with the theoretical and technical skills to advise you on the best type of wood for your projects, such as ceiling, doors, walls, floors, fencing, etc. We can also do different designs of wood, like concave and channel boards. Lumber can also be cut based on your specifications and order. Visit us today at the Cove and John Oil Mill Road. Telephone 622-7339.
Hypermalt, the premium imported malt beverage from Germany, is made from the finest raw materials. One Hypermalt covers 15% of your daily intake of vitamin B. Vitamin B complex contributes to normal psychological and neurological functions. Hypermalt is 100% fat-free and the smoothest malter you've ever tried. Hypermalt is available throughout Guyana. And for those who want to buy in wholesale quantities, call Anil on 624-4106, Vishal on 624-4143, Ricardo on 624-4136, and Thakur on 624-4108. Hypermalt.
Now, Digicel brings you 4 ways to benefit at the same time with the best value offers. Talk for 3 minutes to a Digicel number and get the next 15 minutes free. Get $500 free credit on your first top-up monthly. Get 30 megabytes of free data on your first 2 top-ups of $500 or more monthly. Send 3 texts and get the next 25 texts free. Get better value on Guyana's bigger network, Digicel.
Keep the change with LG inverter technology air conditioners. They cool faster and use less energy. LG's inverter technology, active energy control, optimizes functionality based on room capacity, traffic, and time of day. LG inverter technology ACs are sold, serviced, and installed by Car Care Enterprise and available from 9,000 to 36,000 BTU. Call us on 226-6998. Car Care Enterprise, 43 Hatfield Street, Georgetown.
Check us out at Julia's Variety Store for all your baby's needs and more. We guarantee the best brands at the best prices. We stock Baby Tito's, Even Flow, Gerber, Infant Sex, Johnson & Johnson, Newbie, and more. So visit any of our 2 locations, 135 Regent Road border between Cummings and Light Street, or 11 Lamaha and Light Street next to Jagan's Dental Center, or call us on 226-1862. Julia's Variety Store. We make babies comfy and mothers happy.
Unwind, relax, and be pampered at the Unisex Beauty Zone. Some of the best stylists in the business. Haircuts, dyeing, and styling. A superb manicure job for the perfect hands. And for the ladies, a choice of fashionable acrylic nails, facials, and massages. Pedicures using the best foot therapy available. Hair treatment and wash. Visit us today at 12 and 13 Sobrianville, Georgetown, upstairs at Subs and Salads Building.
This is where I learn. Courage is what I got from experience. With hard work, there are no walls between me and my dreams.
Only Milo contains Active Go, which is a blend of Protomalt, a unique malt extract, and micronutrients to help prepare your child to get the best out of their day.
Thanks, Mom. Now I am ready.
Milo, energy food drink of champions.
You blasted, disgusting children, get inside.
So what about the children in the yard?
Not me. I ain't getting involved. I don't want my name calling people's story.
You rather know those children get abused before you do something to stop it or prevent it.
That is not my concern. I just feel like I see nothing, hear nothing. I am not getting involved.
Ring the Child Care and Protection Hotline. Them people know how to deal with it. You don't have to give them your name.
Call the Child Care and Protection Agency hotline on 227-0979. Children need adults to protect them. Don't let them down.
Shiny Boy Bar and Caribbean Beer presents Under the Marrow. Under the Marrow. The Wet It House Party on Saturday, 31st October at Lusickland Seawall Road. 7 Curry, Caribbean Girls, Caribbean Beer Specials, Tassa Crew, prizes for the best dressed Indian wear, and the fastest Caribbean Beer drink off. Under the Marrow, Saturday, October 31st. Shiny Boy Bar, Lusickland Seawall Road. Powered by Carib. Real beer is Carib. Have you tried the Carib lately?
Welcome to another edition of the HGP Sportscast. I'm Sean Embrach. We begin with some futsal news. Action in the Inter-Ministries and Cooperation Futsal Tournament impacted the sports hall when several teams chalked up win in an animated atmosphere. We have the details. Bank of Guyana lost the Transport and Harbors Department 3-6. Infrastructure Ministry demolished Public Security Ministry in their action-filled game 5-2. Oasis Water floods Forestry Commission in a 4-1 matchup. Agriculture and Tourism Ministry played to a tame draw 3 goals each. Foreign Affairs Ministry imposed a blockout on GPL which ended 2-0. Republic Bank, in yet another exceptional display of skills, came from behind, being 2 down to play to a draw against John Finance. Customs trashed GNIC 6-0 and NIS gained a walkover against Wartsilla. Futsal action amongst the government ministries is currently underway at Sports Hall. Lands and Survey takes on Ministry of the Presidency in the first match. Media will play Education Ministry, Department of Sports. Courts take on Bounty Farm are some of the key match later Friday night. Staff of the various ministries, corporations and organizations are urged to support the tournament by purchasing a ticket for $500, of which part of the proceeds will go towards the fight against breast cancer and raising awareness. Sunday's fixture is dubbed Pink Sunday, and patrons are urged to come out and support their teams and wear pink.
Carlos Ospina and Jamie Ramirez dominated Stage 2 of Tour Guyana 5-stage cycling on Thursday to inspire Team Coco's lead. Stage 2 started at Rossignol and finished on Carifesta Avenue over a distance of 60.4 miles. The race had several leaders during the 60-mile stretch. However, for the finish on Carifesta Avenue, Ramirez made a decisive move on the pack and maintained his lead until he crossed the finish line well ahead in a time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, 57 seconds.
Two teams in the race, is everyone else racing against Coco, so we just put our heads down and know what we have to do. Our guys did an excellent job today, working to control the race and whatnot, so we're happy with the result.
Jaron Williams followed in second, then Rodman third, Matthews, Greaves, Leah, Dinabriga, Ospina, Marlon Williams, and Jeffrey in that order.
Well, in the first stage, we take the lead, Carlos, and we try to defend it. Coming out to the second leg, we didn't want to win it. And we came in right away, and we tried to control the field, make sure anyone go anywhere, and we did exactly what we supposed to.
Friday's third leg will see the riders covering a total 35 miles. The penultimate or fourth stage on Saturday will commence at 7:30 hours from Supernam to Sudi, Region 2 Essequibo, covering a distance of 62 miles, while the fifth and final stage on Sunday will pedal off from Linden at 8:30 hours and finish in Georgetown Homestretch Avenue, also for a distance of 62 miles. The Digicel Open Golf Tournament is set to tee off at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning at the Lusignan Golf Club. Details in this report. Several overseas players from French Guiana, Suriname, the Caribbean, and North America are in the country to participate in one of the biggest golf events on the calendar of the golf club. 80 golfers are registered for the two-day mega event. Digicel Senior Sponsorship and Event Executive Luana Abrams related Digicel's pleasure to sponsor the event.
I feel quite excited to be sponsoring it once again, the Digicel owned event, and we look forward to the Guyanese public coming out to view the golf and to see what it's all about, and we look forward to a good competition.
The tournament will be contested in 3 flights, first, second, and third, along with a female flight. Prizes will be awarded for each flight, the longest drive, nearest to pin, best gross, and net, both Saturday and Sunday. Now for your weekend sports roundup. Courts Pee Wee Under 11 football tournament continues on Saturday at the Turf Park ground. Kickoff time is 10 a.m. 8 more games will be played when the youngsters meet on Saturday. Winford Garden will open the day's action against North Georgetown Primary, while St. Pius and South Rumvelt will wrap up the day's proceedings. Over at the GFC ground, the Stag Elite League is on the way with GDF taking on Buxton United in the first match, and the feature clash will bring together Sliggers FC and Pile FC. This match is touted to be a battle of the best. Pile leads the leagues and Sliggers are on third. And that concludes our sportscast. Now for a look at the weather.
Jagdew is danger to himself. Jagdew and Ramatar are encouraged to board a dispute, says Dr. Joey Jagan. Slain Guyanese NYPD cop brought home to be laid to rest on Saturday. Guyana preparing for oil production, UNDP lending assistance in preparation, and Red House lease arrangement shocking, says Dr. Jagan. Dr. Chedi Jagan would have never endorsed that lease. Those were our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Handel Duncan will be here Saturday and Sunday for the Weekend Review, and I'll see you right back here on Monday. Have a blessed week all. Goodbye.